Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be talking to you about the Palmer Monicon L. It's a monitoring system. It lets you control your monitors, it lets you switch between monitors, and it lets you have different inputs. So this is going to be a quick review about this product. I am returning it today. Full disclosure, this product did not satisfy me. I do not like this product. It did not do its job well. That's why I'm returning it today. And so I thought I would do this quick review so I'd let people know something about it from hands-on experience, because I did not find any useful reviews of it online before buying it. So very quickly I'm going to go through the features of the product. It has a headphone output and a separate headphone potentiometer, so you can monitor the headphones individually from the actual output. It has multiple inputs. In this case, actually has two inputs, two outputs, stereo outputs. You can select between the two outputs, which is good. You can have both of them playing at the same time, only one, blah, blah, blah. It has a stereo to mono button, a mute button, and you can select the input that goes to the headphone jack. Finally, there's a little knob that controls the auxiliary volume. Okay, that's the features out of the way. If you're like me, you're already gushing about how interesting this is, how much quality of life improvement you'll get from having one of these central units on your desk. It removes the clutter from having an interface on the desk in front of your screen, which I used to have and I'm going to go back to having. It makes it so you can choose between different outputs if you actually have different monitors. I only have the Genelec for now, and it's precisely that. It's quality of life. It's definitely not something you need unless you again have multiple monitors and you don't want to go switching cables every time you want to switch between monitors. So aside from that, it's definitely not essential. You can go without one of these, but it is useful, isn't it? And that's probably how they get you. So it's around 200 euros. I got it at a discount. It cost me around 150 euros, something like that. I'm not entirely sure anymore. It is relatively inexpensive, especially if you consider the most expensive options on the market that can go up to 1,000 euro, 2,000 euro, whatever. However, it being inexpensive to me is not an excuse to it being bad, which is what it is, because it does not do its function of being a monitor control when it alters the sound. And you cannot have something that's controlling your monitors that's going to alter the sound of the monitors. And on this case, specifically my headphones, I was doing a mix pardon me, for a project I did. It was a jazz combo. I was mixing, and I realized that especially in the mastering phase, I realized that when I was trying to get a bit of gain out of the mix, the horn section was distorting, and it was distorting quite a lot. Like, you'd get that crackling sound that you get from crappy digital distortion almost. So obviously I went back to the mixing session and I started turning off plugins. I started trying to figure out if any of the tracks was actually clipping, if it had clipped when I recorded it, which I was pretty sure it didn't, but still I went back and tried to make absolutely sure that it didn't. No plugin was adding too much saturation, no plugin was distorting. I turned all of it off. The master wasn't distorting. So, a little light bulb went off in my head, and I had to check the headphone jack on the interface output. So I put it directly there, and presto, there was no distortion. It was absolutely squeaky clean. That's when I realized that I had bought bad product, something that does its job in a sense, because it does go through different outputs. It does create a central hub where you can turn it up or down, the volume up or down, all of that stuff, but it does so poorly in the sense that you cannot be mixing and having your mix sound distorted because of a crappy product. So this is my very short review. This is what I think of the product. I think that it being inexpensive does not justify it being a bad product that does not do its job ultimately. And this is a warning: don't buy this product. I mean, you're better off either saving a bit more money and getting something that's actually good, or, you know, investing the time in actually learning how to build something like this by yourself. I mean, if you just need the monitor selector, you can build a box that does that, right? And I don't know a lot about electronics. In fact, I know very little about electronics, but I'm guessing it's not that hard, and you probably get the schematics online for you to be able to do that in a relatively short amount of time. Or you can go the expensive route and go for an Apogee or something like that. That costs around €1,000 or something, but that's, I'm guessing that's not for everyone. Unless you have a big studio, in which case you're probably not looking at these reviews. You know exactly what you're getting, blah, blah, blah. So long story short, I would not recommend this product. It did distort my sound. And furthermore, I will not be buying anything else from this brand because, you can't trust a brand that will put out a product that's, is bad just because it's inexpensive. Maybe I'm being too naive, mind you. Maybe I am being, I'm putting inexpensive, low-end audio gear in a pedestal where I shouldn't. I should be expecting the crappy Behringer products rather than the good, Superlux stuff, for example, where I've bought a number of different headphones from Superlux and they're really good. They're cheap, but they're really good. And I shouldn't maybe be expecting that level of inexpensive to good stuff. I should be looking at the Behringer C1 level of crappiness. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this very short review. I will be doing more reviews in the future when I do have the time. I haven't had that much time. I've been dedicating a lot of time doing the covers for this channel. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. Please share it on Reddit. I guess, it's good to have this spread around so people can actually stay away from products that are bad, so they don't have to go through the hassle of ordering them and then, returning them like I'm going to have to do. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Cheers.